Hello, so I am a nerd about screenwriting. I love story structure and building characters and figuring out how all these worlds work and making the blueprint for a director. That's just the funnest part of filmmaking for me, just developing a story. So I have 4 tips for people who want to start screenwriting and know a bit more about it all. Here we go. So number 1, know your characters. A lot of people have said this so many times, but know your characters. And when I say know your characters, I mean ignore everything else. Don't try to write anything, don't try to make a structure, nothing. Just get to know who your protagonist is. Like, have conversations with them in your head and talk to them and figure out what their history is, what their life is. Not what they're going to do in the film, but like what they've done before the film and everything else like this. And once you know your character enough, they will start talking to you, and writing will be a breeze, essentially, because you will know them inside and out. So number 2, have a structure. Get to know structure a little bit, because you don't need to know about all these complex structures. Just understand the 3-act structure, and the best way to figure out if your story fits into the 3-act structure is to use the Pixar test, which essentially is a bunch of sentences and you have to fill in the blanks. And those sentences are: once upon a time there was a, every day they, until one day, because of that, and because of that, until finally. If your story fits into that structure and flows nicely, then everyone will like it, essentially. Just have a good structure and try and use a Pixar test, because it really, really works. Number 3, or if you like, C. Understand characters' motivations, goals, and obstacles. And this is very, very important, like seriously. If you don't know what your character's goal is, the entire script will just seem fluffy and won't make sense at all. Your character has to know what they want to do. For example, Indiana Jones, in the first one, wants to find the Ark of the Covenant. Every single character ever has had a goal, and everything that they do is because they want to achieve that goal. Now, not every character will achieve that goal. It's perfectly fine if they don't, but everything they do has to be because they are trying to achieve that goal. And then there comes obstacles, which are things that stand in the way of them achieving their goal. And obstacles are actually really hard to get right, because let's say you have a character whose goal is to lose weight, and the obstacle that is in their way is the fact that they really like food. That we're not going to sympathize with the character or anything. We're just going to think, well, you're pathetic. Just get a friend to help you with your diet, or hire someone who likes dieting, all that sort of stuff. It's a very easy obstacle to get around. Whereas if the obstacle was they have crippling depression and use food as comfort, then that is a much more sympathetic obstacle. We can understand that it would be hard to get through that, and we would root for them to try and get through that so that they can lose weight, which is their goal. But if it's just something simple that they could get over easily, we're not going to care. Number 4, or D, or, you know, those little IV Roman numeral things that they put in footnotes. Keep it simple. Like, seriously, I cannot overestimate this enough. You might want to make an epic space opera and start to think, oh, this is what the spaceships are going to look like, and this is how they work, and you start making all the action scenes and everything else. But keep it frickin' simple. Every single space opera and grand epic has started with a protagonist who has a goal, a dominant trait, and the goal and dominant trait basically is everything that pushes them throughout the thing, and they keep pushing past obstacles. That is what you need to concentrate on if you're trying to write a script. All of the set pieces and everything else will come afterwards. They will come on top of. But the core of every story is a character who is trying to achieve something, but there's stuff in their way. So keep it simple. So if you're an aspiring writer, I hope these were helpful for you, because they have been the most useful things for my writing so far. I'm sorry if this was a bit fillery. I'm just not feeling very good today. So thank you for watching, and bye!